House Leader of Third Party.
Over and over again, this government has shirked responsibility and left local governments to pick up the slack. Southern Vancouver Island municipalities are deeply concerned about paying the full cost of 911 emergency dispatch services. On April 1st, these 10 municipalities will be responsible for covering the entire estimated $5 million cost of E-Comm 911 services in their region. My question, Honourable Speaker, is to the Minister of Public Safety and Solicitor General. While we await the provincial review of E-Comm services, will you commit to providing $5 million of transitional funding to cover South Island emergency dispatch services?
Solicitor General and Minister of Public Safety.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the member opposite for the question. The responsibility for 911 services in British Columbia is purely the responsibility of the local government. It's delegated by the province through agreements like the Municipal Policing Agreement and the Provincial Policing Agreement. This applies regardless of whether a community is served by the RCMP or a local police detachment. South Island communities here on the island were informed in December 2022, 5 years in advance of starting this on March 21st, 2025, that they would be responsible for covering 100% of the costs associated with dispatching. We provide these municipalities with multi-year transitional funding to fully cover the police dispatch service until March 31st, 2025, with the understanding that the province and municipalities would then assume responsibility for funding at that point.
Thank you, Minister.
This traditional funding provided communities with over 3 years of additional funding. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Members, supplemental.
These 10 municipalities are currently finishing their 2025 budgets and are being forced to consider raising taxes by 3 to 6% to cover the downloaded 911 emergency dispatch services, a cost, I should note, that is covered by provincial and federal funding in all other parts of the province. This is a matter of equity. Through you, Honourable Speaker, again to the Minister of Public Safety and Solicitor General, will you make it a priority to work with these 10 municipalities to develop an equitable funding formula for South Island emergency dispatch funding?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You should know that we have contracted, that is, the Ministry of the Solicitor General has contracted a review of E-Comm's financial sustainability, operational capacity, and government structure, and we will be making recommendations based upon that study and the future of 911 service in this province. E-Comm and 911 services safety will not be impacted. Additionally, it has been communicated that there must be no impact or disruption of service. As the review is underway, communities will continue to be responsible for paying for the E-Comm services they receive on call taking and dispatch services.